Hello everyone, today's the first day of getting the mountain truck up and running to start bringing concrete to the top. I happen to have like a pallet left from last year that I'm gonna load up. Load up about 30 at a time because that sort of maxes out the truck. And yesterday, or was it Friday? Yeah, 2 days ago, I just ordered another truckload of concrete, and prices just keep going up and up. The last purchase of just the concrete was $1,580 about. That was November. Well, 2 days ago, my truckload cost $2,000 and $2,008. So, huge increase there. Almost $500 increase, which would be considered a 25% increase in the price. So that's a 25% increase in price over, let's see, it was November when it was ordered and brought in, December, January, February, March, April. So yeah, so basically 5 months have you. So that's basically an annual inflation rate of 50% on concrete. That's huge. Never seen anything like that. In fact, when I first started purchasing concrete, it was between $700 and $800 per truckload. So we're now up to 2,000. So anyway, I'll show you all the setup on what I got. Now here's the truck. I only had to do two things. I added some fuel to it, just a little bit of coolant, and aired up the two back tires. The two back tires are skid steer tires. They're gnarly. They have so many plies and everything, but they both have leaks, so I have to like fill them up like once every few days. But they just keep going. The front tires, I was just using some regular LTs on it, and I wear them out, you know, probably do about 20 loads and then the tires are gone. That's why I went with the skid steer tires, because regular tires, doesn't matter if they're new or used tires, they all last about the same length. In fact, actually some of the newer tires, if they got good knobs on it, last less than older tires with very little tread, because when going up the mountain, it grabs rocks and it'll rip those knobs right off the LT tires. And then once those knobs are ripped up, then that weakens the rubber in that spot. So definitely on the back, having the skid steer tires really works out good. So that's basically it. This was the pallet that was left over from last year, so I'm going to load most of it into the truck, and I will show you exactly how I will load it. Some goes in the cab, some goes in the back to balance everything. I need to do so when bringing up the mountain in order to maintain enough weight on both front and rear axles. All right, and I'll start loading. Well, you can see it's a lot of work to load it all in on these 80-pound bags. So yeah, I got it all loaded in. I got 8 bags in the front and 24 in the back, or 22 in the back. Yeah, something like that. Cause it's 14, yeah, 22 in the back, and then 8 in the front. So, well, we'll start up and then head up the mountain. Well, if you want to look, there's that trail going up the mountain that we're taking this loaded truck of concrete up. That's going to be a very interesting ride. I've done it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. We got to loop around and then we'll get to it. Oop. All right, went and got stuff for a charger. We'll start to head up. It's going to be sort of hard. I was trying to hold the camera and steer going up. Because this thing does not have power steering. So I just engaged in a lock mode. And get it in first. And up we go. This trail has gotten beat up from some rainstorms. I think there's some rocks in the way, but I think I can get around them. To keep checking to make sure I'm in first gear and low lock. With this body being broken pretty bad, it flops if I hit a big bump, and so I have to push them back into position. Coming up to a spot which bounces a truck and sometimes causes it to stall because it's a big bounce, and I'm at like a 22-degree slope right here, so I just got to take it easy, make sure I'm in pull my gears, yep, and hit it. There we go, we're over it. Short reprieve. We're going back up the steepness. Still in gear, still in first. Everything's working well. Just slowly crawl up. Got a lot of loose rock on the right side. Gotta watch out right in this area. There's a pretty steep drop right over here. The road's sort of at a slant. Sliding a little bit, so let's go and check, make sure I'm in lock. Yep, in lock. It's gonna be fun when we get up here. The upper gate's gonna be closed, so I've got to stop the truck in one spot and open the gate. Pretty steep right in this place here too. Get past this little area here, it smooths out quite a bit. It was just back about 75 feet when one of my trucks went off with me in it. I survived. You can see that when I talk about it in one of my previous videos. Here I'm gonna have to stop and open up the gate, which is right up over there. Oopsie. Loose cap. I normally keep the cap loose, but I don't normally have to stop here. I usually have the gate open. A little bit of steam coming off. I tighten the cap back in, but gotta check to see if it's something more than that. So. Well, I don't know. Still coming out, so I must have a leak somewhere else. So I'm gonna have to stop so I can use both hands to back in. Yeah, I usually keep it loose, but if I keep it loose and make a stop like I did, it boils over and it sprayed everything with water, causing the steam. So I close it off. It's just like puts a lot of pressure on, you know, it's an old, you know, engine with old belts and old hoses and stuff. And when you put a lot of force on them, a lot of stuff will rupture. So that's why I usually keep it open and let it spill out, and I just pour some more in. But it's should be okay. I just have to put some more water in it when it cools down. I'm up on the third floor, and between yesterday and today I put in the forms to pour the roof for the third floor. And you can see the I-beams provide many services on the building. One, they're not needed for this, but they're put in for extra strength, earthquakes, and a lot of other things, you know. But they also have a dual purpose, is when I'm constructing, when I pour in the concrete, I can put some of the either 2x6s or 2x8s across, and the beam itself will support the concrete while it is curing. And so basically on the wall where there isn't, I run like a 2x4, which you wouldn't think would be very strong, but I put underneath each of the 2x6s, in this case 2x6s, down on the lower level it's 2x10s or 2x8s, so each are supported all the way down to the floor, and then across them I just lay down more 2x4s, and then on top of that's 5/8 OSB. We'll walk around to the walk up to the top, and I will show you the layout of all the conduit. And so this is what it looks like before I pour. In this case, the ABS pipe is simply there because in all various corners and locations it sticks up. Sticking up right now because there's going to be some more materials for sealing the roof here, but that's for collecting rainwater and diverting it to different areas. And I have some rebar they go through, and then all the conduit for the lighting, and all this conduit here is going to make a turn and a turn right into this area right here. So I still got a little bit of block to go over there, but at this moment I've got enough to start pouring the concrete for here, and that's sort of nice because then I've got more flat space, workable space to continue working there. So when this slab is done, I'm trying to figure one of two ways of doing it. Either plan ahead what's coming from over here and go work this slab next, or wait and go all the way to that slab and get what I want and across. But the more that I think about it, I might end up just pouring this as the next slab right in here, because over there right now it's pretty simple. All I have is one what do you call it, a conduit coming up there, but also I'll have one there. So I simply, and then I have one right there, and that one, all I will assume for that one will be connecting into the light fixtures, and that one I'll just make sure that I have some of the conduit set up to go, because it all gets diverted down into here. So yeah, I'll see which way I'll do it. Not exactly concerned about which way I do it. Normally I would go over there and then work across, but not really sure yet. I'll think about that. So it's all ready. Now I'll have to pour. One of the big things is concrete disappears down the walls. So I first have to pour down in those 3 locations. I don't need to pour down these other separate isolated block, because they'll get concrete later. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places where the concrete's got to go all the way down, and so I usually take 2 to 4 bags a piece. And then on this, I have not yet measured it yet, but I'm guessing I'm going to need to have basically 60 bags of concrete sitting up here, which I will start to load this up so I can do all my mixing right here. I want to be able to just mix in the barrel, dump. I don't want to have to carry stuff in buckets. The only time I'll be carrying stuff with buckets is bringing some water up, because the I'm now a little bit taller than, well, yeah, I'm taller than the water tower now. So that'll be it for showing you this. Now the next thing on my list is what I got to do now is that truck of concrete that I loaded up earlier, I have to unload and put there on that pallet, which means I have to run the huge gambit all the way down from the truck all the way up. So that's the part that tires me out the most. So I'll get down and get started moving them bags. All right. Some of these straps hook up down to the frame. This bed is coming apart. Basically any of these truck beds will come apart when you try moving a lot of heavy concrete in it. I think right now with the 30 bags I've got 2,400 pounds in this truck, because 80-pound bags, 30 3 days, 24, 204, 2,400 pounds. And really doesn't look like much. It looks like the truck's almost empty, but it's pretty heavy. So I'll show you the little that's where my phone went. I was wondering where my phone went. Well, I'm going to attempt to carry this bag and hold the cam while I'm walking up to show you what I have to walk up. I only do this once because it's a pain in the ass. And then big step. Dump the bag here, but then have to pick it back up. Back on the pallet. Well, the first bag of 30. So it's a lot of work carrying it all the way up all this. That's a big step. All right. At this point, I've carried up 10 bags. I'm already tired with everything else I did today. So I'm gonna show you from that perspective what I have to walk up. Slipped on a bumper. Well, that was 3 bags, all that time to take to do that. You can see how my biggest issue I have up here is logistics, just getting the materials where they need to be. So I am going to just keep working on this, and when I'm done unloading, I will show you where the bags are now located. So showing a little bit more than I figured most people want to see, but there's some people that want to really see what actually goes into doing this. So I'm showing like a little bit more, which I don't think is too exciting. It's a nice day out, but it's a little bit cold. I did notice that there was a little bit of ice in the bucket up on top, which means that it got to freezing sometime last night or the night before. But it's pretty nice right now. When the wind was blowing, it was really cold, but doing well. So it looks like I've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17 bags still to go. Only 13 up there. Do it in groups of 3 with the way that my ramp up there is. Can't really make a good step from the ramp to the roof carrying the bag. That's a big, you know, leap right there. So I just drop it on the roof, get 3 up there, and then move them over on the pallet. So I'll get back to you as soon as this load is up there. There it is, the back of the truck empty. That is a good sign to see. My legs are a little bit tight from carrying all the bags. You know, it has been winter time, and I haven't been hauling the bags for a few months, so your legs get a little bit out of shape, but did pretty good. Usually it takes me a couple times before I do it all straight like that, but we got loaded up. Got 28 bags there. The other 2 bags got stuck down on the pallet down in here, right in there. So I'm going to call it a day, and all of you have a great weekend and a great coming week, and God bless.